no place like Homaha. I'm your host, JD Wonder, alongside Nick Henry and Mikey Love. Gentlemen, the bracket is out.
Allegedly.
It is.
I don't think it's allegedly.
No, it is. It's not factual. There's still room for it to become factual.
Oh, because Old Dominion didn't make it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But as you can see behind me, I have the big board all written up. We have our round of 64 starting out. Mikey and I went to the Big Ten Conference Championship game because Nick hates us. But we were there. Maryland ended up winning it. And
yeah, and for winning it, they kind of get a crappy region.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They got screwed.
I mean, because then Iowa goes into Indiana State's regional. So
yeah, but
they got to go for the one seed overall and play them.
Yeah. Which, how does Indiana State get a host site?
They won their conference, and then they were ranked nationally high enough to be there, I guess.
Yeah.
Right, but then you get – why is South Carolina going?
South Carolina was a potential – South Carolina was ranked in the top 5 for pretty much the majority of the year.
It goes by RPI, I think, and strength of schedule.
That's so you're telling me Indiana State schedule was top 16?
For winning their conference title and then their record, I guess. But
yeah,
they won the Ohio Valley Conference, didn't they? Or was it
No, that's Eastern Illinois.
They won the
Missouri Valley. They won the Missouri Valley.
Yeah.
I feel like there were much more impressive conference wins than that, but whatever.
Well, and I kind of want to go back to what Mikey said, because Maryland got the shaft here with their – because granted, I'll give George Mason the benefit of the doubt that they got in here for the conference win, but Northeastern has been very well this year. Like, they've been competitive all across the board. They've been in and out of the top 25 a couple of times. So, I mean, you basically put Maryland in kind of in a shitty spot to be in, especially going up against
for winning the Big Ten regular season and the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah, and you're not putting Maryland as a host.
And I don't think Maryland would have ever gotten a host. But then you essentially gift. Nothing's gifted, but it just, to me, it seems like Iowa might have an easier route to the Supers, and didn't do as much as Maryland.
Yeah, I would agree on that, because I mean, and we'll just, I don't know how far we want to dive into all these, breaking them down first, but I mean, looking at Iowa's region, I mean, they're in a very seasoned pool when it comes to a team, because you got North Carolina. Wright State has always been, since as long as we've been doing the show, at least, they've been in and out of in the regionals. So, and even before that, I mean, Wright State has been competitive. They're a good baseball club. They just seem to fall short every now and then. And I don't know. It should be interesting to see how the rest of these go. But I think so. I went back and looked at all of our picks from the beginning of the year, and I have them all written down. Honestly, fellas, we did pretty damn good. We did pretty good. So here,
hold on, pause. There was 8 teams that were picking here?
No. These were like the 8 teams that we picked for the beginning of the year.
At the beginning,
to be in the Supers, or just
to come to Omaha, but at least
so then you can't say we did pretty good just yet.
You can't say we did pretty good just yet, but I mean, for the percentage of teams that we have that are in the regional right now, we freaking shit on it.
So I pick Old Dominion. Will you remind me?
You did.
Yeah, see, that's shocking.
Georgia Tech,
that's not even fair.
Georgia Tech, and that was
terrible. But at least your team was actually bad. My team deserves to be in the tournament. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
So here we go. We'll start with Mikey's teams. Mikey's teams are Tennessee in, Miami in and hosting, Maryland in, playing Wake Forest, Louisville. I don't think Louisville even touched the.
Got snubbed.
Yeah, they didn't sniff it.
They didn't actually get snubbed, but
no, they didn't do well in the ACC.
Then you had Wake Forest in, host site, number 1 overall. Bama, host site, 16 national seed. Then you had Dallas Baptist. That's in.
They're in.
And then you had Old Dominion. Mikey had 2 teams.
That one's
out.
in, bro. No, they're in. This is a fraudulent fucking committee.
Oh my goodness.
Can't work under these conditions.
You had 6 out of 8. Pretty good.
7
Josh,
out of 8.
Or 7 out of 8, really. No.
Thank you. Yes.
He did
6
not
out of
have
Old Dominion made it.
No, they did not.
Yes. This is a fraudulent committee. They made it. But continue. 7 out of 8. Go on.
Yep. Josh, you had. Let's see. Let's start your list off here. You had Texas A&M. Just lost name when the Aggies make it. Yeah,
Barely.
One of the last 4 in there.
Never.
TCU made it. LSU made it and a host. Maryland made it. Vandy made it and a host. Georgia Tech, your only team to really just not even show up on the board.
They weren't even close.
No.
God.
They had a lot of hype at the beginning of the year, then their ceiling fell through fast. And then finally, to round out your 2 teams, you had Stanford and Oklahoma State. So, Josh, a real 7 out of 8.
Yeah. I also had a real 7 out of 8,
7
asshole.
Mikey, I even looked back at the episode. You had East Carolina, and you swapped East Carolina for Dallas Baptist.
Good. East Carolina's also buns and snuck in.
Yeah. So then,
so we have two people that went 7 out of 8. Good job, guys. Nick, how did you do?
Nick,
I had Stanford.
I hope you do 4 out of 8.
No, but I didn't do as good. I had Stanford in, Virginia in, Oregon stuck in. Yeah, Oregon's in. LSU I had, Wake Forest I had, Oklahoma State I had, and then it gets down to my last 2 teams. Virginia Tech and UC Santa Barbara.
Virginia Tech, they they made it to the championship and they lost to Clemson on that pretty weird controversial play.
Who beat Wake Forest? Hold on, let's figure that out real quick.
Miami did. Miami throttled them. Yeah, Wake Forest had like a 7-2 game this weekend against Miami.
Dare we say they're Himothy's?
Well, it's also
Miami or Wake Forest?
Miami. Miami was good last year too, weren't they? They were just super freaking young.
Yeah,
they hosted last year, but they lost in the regionals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they weren't a bust, but they were a surprise, weren't they?
Texas State, or wasn't that? It was a weird 3 seed, I think.
Oh, did they get snubbed this year, or did they just fall off?
Texas State did not do well this year.
No. Texas State. They started off the season hot, then they went down.
Well, I feel like they were ranked for 3/4 of the season, were they not?
They were.
They were?
No, well, they were ranked at the beginning of it, yeah. They were ranked in the top 25 in the beginning, and then about halfway through, they fell off.
Oh.
So, yeah, there were a lot of teams that were on the top 25 at the beginning of the year that sadly are not here. But, I mean, at the same time, like, looking at this field, I think this year –
it's literally the Southwest and Stanford. It's literally all right here. Yeah. I mean, South Carolina.
There's 3 teams in South Carolina alone.
Was it Coral Gables, Conway, Columbia, and nope, that's Miami. I'm dumb.
What are you looking at?
Your words, not mine.
But I have no idea what you're looking at here, dude.
Yeah, will you just figure it out real quick, or
Conway?
Are you trying to count out how many regionals are in Carolina?
Yeah,
there's 3.
Coastal, South Carolina, and then
Clemson.
Clemson, yeah.
Okay. I glossed over it because it's not. It's actually Clemson is the name. Some of these, they're named by the region, actually where it's located.
Yeah.
By the school because they're named after the area, but yeah.
Well, and I say we just start jumping right into these because I mean there are some regions that are going to be absolute gauntlets, and there are some regions that are like we were saying earlier, where we think it could be maybe a breeze through, or at least not as competitive. I say we just kind of go down the list from top to bottom, and then just run it.
To start, we got Winston-Salem. So that has
The witch trials?
Maryland, Northeastern, and George Mason.
I see Wake Forest coming out of that one, but like I said, I think that one's going to be extremely tough. I think Wake Forest is going to still be the top team in the country and show why they are number one. But I mean, if you look at Northeastern and Maryland, I would really say that Maryland's best attribute about them is they can play small ball really, really well.
I would disagree with that based off of the game I saw on Sunday, but they do have I think they're top 5 in home runs hit this year.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's not small ball, but close enough.
Mikey, what's your pick?
Probably Wake. When were they here in Omaha last?
Let me look.
2 years ago. I don't know for sure.
Well, what good are you?
I am also going to go Wake on this one. I think Maryland is a good team, and I think that they'll take them to a third game. But I also don't know, again, like you said, Nick, with the Northeastern team they're facing in the first round, they would have to use some better pitching to start. And I feel like Wake Forest, if they just continue after a loss in their tournament, they would kind of turn it on a little bit rather than coming in, complacent into the regional.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one we got is Tuscaloosa. So that is Alabama, Boston College, Troy, and Nichols. Nick, go ahead and start it.
You know what? I'm probably gonna end up switching this too on my little bracket thing. I kind of like Boston College in this one.
I'm stealing my picks.
One, I don't want to see another SEC team make it by because the SEC is just stacked in this tournament this year.
SEC or ACC?
Yeah, I'm going ACC. I got Boston College.
Mikey.
Yeah, he stole my fucking pick.
Hey, you guys both stole my pick then, because I'm also going to.
No, you're last. You don't get to say anybody stole anything.
You know what's fun is I sent you both the brackets to fill out, and so I had already beforehand. So
I filled this out.
You know what else is fun?
It wouldn't let me submit it.
I do what I want.
All right. Next, we got Coral Gables. We got Miami. We got the Frauds. We got Louisiana and Maine.
You just call them the Frauds?
Texas.
Oh, horns down. Yeah.
He says, "Oh, horns down."
Yeah.
How are they even a 2 seed?
Dude, they got beat by Kansas and then Kansas State.
Because they want to share the Big 12 regular season title.
Oh my god!
No, they
share this fucking punch in the face.
They decided that we're going to lose to 2 basketball schools on purpose.
I don't know what you want me to tell you there, man.
They're garbage.
I don't think Texas should be a 2. I think they should probably be a 3 or possibly sneak in as a 4. But
Texas
when you win
not be in a tournament at all.
Huh.
Well,
but Old Dominion.
Exactly. What about Old Dominion? Doesn't even win a part of the conference.
What do we think for this bracket? This part.
What part?
Who we think?
Horns down part?
Who we think it come out?
I got Miami.
Miami.
I just think this team from last year is going to have a big chip on their shoulder coming into the regional.
The Raging Cajuns.
What do you got?
Damn.
The Raging Cajuns.
Raging Cajuns. Okay.
I like that pick. That's a nice pick.
They drag balls across foreheads.
I think that I had Louisiana being the runner-up out of this bracket, and I think Miami's going to come through. I think Miami's going to take it. Okay. Then lastly, in this area, we have Stanford's bracket. Stanford, Texas A&M, Cal State Fullerton, and San Jose State.
I got Stanford. They're too hot, and they're a very well-rounded team.
Yeah, you take that crappy conference. I'll go against you and go Texas A&M. So get wrecked.
Who you got?
Texas.
A&M.
Yeah, I don't ever pick horns down.
I'm also going to have to go with Mikey's pick on this one. I think that Texas A&M team plays really crisp defense, and I honestly don't see them faltering against the Stanford team.
Now, let's just, come out here and say this, that I wish that Cal State Fullerton would come out of that. But
that would be nice to kind of see.
They have the capacity for that big man.
So they've played Stanford throughout the entire season, so both of them have seen each other before. But it's barring that Texas A&M team coming out of there, I think they will. All right. This next one is, I think, going to be one of our bigger ones to come out of here. Baton Rouge Regional.
This is a dogfight.
Oregon State, Sam Houston State, and Tulane. So, I mean, Tulane did kind of sneak in because they just kind of ran through at the end of the season and won the tournament. But you can also say that now they're a hot team. But I don't know. This is going to be a strong one. All right, Nick, kick it off.
I got Oregon State. LSU's back half bullpen and their defense is not really giving me anything to go for them here, especially how seasoned Oregon State can be when they're in this time. I like it. So I'm rolling Beavs on this.
You got
Tigers. I'm rolling with the Tigers.
Tigers?
Yeah.
I'm also going to have to back Nick's pick in this one. I think Oregon State's going to come out of that bracket. Just watching LSU play, I think that there are too many chinks in the armor that Oregon State can capitalize on.
I want Sam Houston because they're actually pretty good, but
Sam Houston is – I will give them that. When it comes to regional time, these kids can play.
Yeah, but you got
all these ones they just have to string
powerhouses right there too.
That's the thing, is they got to string together. If they string together 3 days of solid baseball, that's how they get out of a regional.
Oh yeah,
like it can be challenging and stuff like that, but I mean realistically, it could happen.
It is fun to because the last couple times they've been in the regionals and I've watched some of their games. They are very fun to watch. So I would say that this region, whoever comes out of it is probably going to come to Omaha. I would say it's that much of a gauntlet.
Okay. Next one we got is Lexington. So we got Kentucky, West Virginia, Indiana, and Ball State. Get off.
I got West Virginia.
Stop fucking copying me.
I can't help it.
I know, it's just because I'm awesome. But Jesus, stop.
Same thing.
Yes, it's getting annoying.
I'm going to disagree with both of you. I think Kentucky will be able to move out of here.
Good. Well, you can be wrong. See you later.
I think that they can string together. We saw them play hot against, good SEC opponents. So I think if they can continue that.
Didn't they lose round one of the SEC tournament too?
What's that?
Didn't they lose round one of the SEC tournament too?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, you can still string together some good baseball games.
Sure. It's been a while since you played.
West Virginia's cold streak was near the end of the season.
Yeah, but they haven't they didn't lose as early as Kentucky did. They played baseball longer.
Fair.
One of you guys better pick Lipscomb when we get down there.
Not a chance. Okay.
Just audit.
Next one is Auburn. Okay, Auburn has obviously Auburn in it. Southern Miss, Samford, and Penn.
Also important to note that Auburn's been here 2 of the last 3 years.
That is very important. But here's the thing also, though. They've been here for the 2 of the last 3 years, but they don't make it very far.
You don't make it very far.
Okay.
I got Auburn winning out of it, and I've got Southern Miss as my runner-up for that. But
nope. The Golden Eagles.
The Southern Miss Golden Eagles.
Someone's got to represent the best conference in the USA.
Because we all know Old Dominion can't.
Yeah, because we're getting snubbed out of everything.
I am going to have to agree with Nick on this one. I think Auburn's going to make it out of there.
I think Penn has a better chance of making it out of there than Auburn.
Okay.
Sheesh.
The freaking Quaker Oats guys.
All right, Mikey. This one's for
What?
you. Got the Clemson Regency of Clemson.
Yes.
Tennessee,
Pick Lipscomb.
Charlotte, and Lipscomb.
Pick Lipscomb. Nick, pick them.
Let's see.
Do it.
Let's see. I'm going Clemson.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But I think in the runner-up, or I think in the bracket, I also have Charlotte being my runner-up. Tennessee now they put a bad taste in my mouth losing last year. So I don't know how much I ever trust them that far.
Okay, Mikey.
You guys are chickens. I'm picking Lipscomb then.
You're picking Lipscomb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although I think Clemson's going to come out. My pick is Lipscomb. They're about to lay the beat down on all 3 of those teams. Watch.
I also think that Clemson is going to take it.
Lipscomb, I ride with you. Send me some merch.
Lipscomb.
All right. Let's not have it back. All right. Gainesville Regional. We have Florida, UConn, Texas Tech, and Florida A&M.
See, this is one of those ones where, like, if you're ranked for a decent majority of the season, you're expected to win your conference, and then you don't, you should still make it and then get paired with some friggin' animals like this.
Yeah, I agree.
I think UConn gets what they deserve here. If they win their conference, I think they're in a better position than having to fight through one of arguably the best teams in the entire bracket.
Well, Xavier fell in with Vanderbilt, Oregon, and Eastern Illinois, so we'll get to that.
Yeah, that's a rough one. But still, they weren't predicted to win their tournament. They weren't even top 5. Well, they might have been for a week or two, but UConn was top 15 for a half the season, projected to win their conference. Then they don't. So I think this is a good spot for them because now you have to prove that you actually can play. And you got to go against one of the top 3 teams in the nation.
I would definitely agree with that. And that's the thing that I hate about this bracket so much is I really, really, really want to pick UConn here because just the team themselves as a pitching staff is great, even though it fell short in the Big East final. But when you have a team that's so good like Florida and just as deadly as they are, it's hard to go against them. And Texas Tech isn't a pushover by any means either. But, I think with the top 2 teams in that bracket pool, I think you got to go Florida over UConn.
So Florida.
Just because, Yep.
Mm-hmm. Samesies.
And it's a hard, like I said, it's a hard pick for me to not go with UConn. But I just think Florida is going to be too overpowering for them.
I'm going with UConn.
There you go.
Okay. See you when you lose.
I think that
They
they're gonna play
right
great.
off the bat, they have a hard game. Like Texas Tech, like Nick said, is no pushover.
It's not, but if they come out successfully, they will probably have to face Caglione or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just because I don't think they'll utilize him against Florida A&M. However, Florida A&M could, push something else. But otherwise, Caglione got lit up the last time they played. Like they
Florida A&M?
no,
When they played Vanderbilt.
When they played Vandy.
Caglione. I think he was out by the third or fourth.
He's had a couple of short appearances like that this season, and that control is his main issue. If he's not on early, then he's not on. It's going to be a rough day. He's going to be walking hitters.
In one of them, he had a soft ground ball hit back to him or a bunt or something like that. It was first and second. He fielded it and just hucked it over the third baseman's head. He slowed his arm down.
Yeah,
that scored a run. So I mean, if they're going to be sloppy just like LSU is, then I don't think they'll come out. You got to play very clean baseball in regional play.
Oh yeah, and I mean it's. I think when you look at that bracket, you're looking at arguably one of the hardest ones in the tournament. Just on when as seasoned as these programs are, like Texas Tech for the last few years, they've been really hammering home the regional. Florida, pretty much in Omaha almost every other season. UConn now is starting to become a nut. Like they're new blood coming in and starting to do really good. But you take three teams like this who even the last couple of years have been playing really scrappy baseball, being able to get their stuff done and to figure it out. This pool does not make it. You should not feel easy on this pool. Like this should be a tough pool to watch. And it'll be very exciting.
Okay.
So
next one, we got Columbia. We got South Carolina, Campbell, NC State, Central Connecticut State.
Oh, I picked Campbell over this.
Dude, oh my God.
Okay.
I hate this kid. You're aggravating the shit out of me right now.
South Carolina had a good open half of the season, and then they just shit hit the fan.
Well, they're hurt, and I think they still are hurt.
You taking the Fighting Camels?
I'm taking the Camels, baby.
Fucking goddamn.
Mikey and I are riding Camels to
Please
the next
never
round.
say that again. Never say that again.
I'm riding Camels, baby. I'm going with the Cox, however. So
I don't know if you can say that.
I can. Okay.
Just the
Got Conway next, so another Carolina regional. Got Coastal Carolina, Duke, UNCW, and Rider.
like Coastal.
Take Ryder, Nick.
Mikey?
Duke.
Are we gonna have somebody take UNC Wilmington?
No, Josh needs to take Ryder.
I will also pick Duke.
Jesus Christ.
I think that UNC Wilmington team, I think that they could potentially come out. But
they usually make some appearances here and there. The Seahawks, yeah. They're pretty
they're just a fun team to watch, man. When it gets to regional time, teams like Wright State, I love watching them when it comes to regionals.
So you're picking Ball State here when we get down to them?
No.
We already passed them. Where'd they go?
Lexington.
You're Lexington.
Kentucky regional.
You're Kentucky regional. Nick, change your pick to Ball State right now.
No.
Charlottesville. We got Virginia, East Carolina, Oklahoma, and Army West Point.
Nick, pick Army.
Well, I tell you one team I'm not picking. That's East Carolina. I'm gonna have to go with the safe one on this one. I might have to go with Virginia.
Okay.
You can't take East Carolina in this, and that's sad.
I can, and I'm going to.
You're the one who's always dog. Oh wait, no, it's because they're in the regional, not the supers yet.
Yeah, that's why they're gonna win that one and then lose.
I am also going to have to go with Virginia on this one.
Good. See you guys when I win.
I also think that Oklahoma is not the same team that they were last year, and so
No.
it
Definitely not.
could be a little dicey there. Okay, on to our last column. We got Nashville. We got Vanderbilt, Oregon, Xavier, Eastern Illinois.
I'm going with the
Oregon.
I got to get a couple of my teams back to Omaha here, so I got Oregon.
Just because you pick them doesn't mean that they're going to make it.
I know, but I've got to have a couple of faith in some of these teams.
Mikey.
Vandy Sandy.
Who won the SEC tournament this weekend? Was it Vandy did?
No take back season, no changes. You had your chance.
I'm not taking them back.
Vanderbilt, that team gives me vibes of the old teams that they've had in like 2019 when they were very, very, very powerful. Granted, they're not the number one overall seed, but the way that they've played in these past few games have given me airs of that kind of.
Yeah, but being the number one overall seed carries I think it carries more pressure than people think because our number one hasn't won the CWS since 1999.
Yeah, and you got to remember how many. You also got to remember what happened last year with the full unanimous number one overall team, best team in the country, best record, and then Notre Dame all
didn't even make it.
Yeah. So, I mean, and there's obviously that's not going to always happen, but still, you got to remember that when it comes with a number one team and it comes with teams that are playing really good, I think that Wake Forest is going to be that team that if they get dropped off, I think everybody's going to say, oh, well, that's just how the number one crumbles. It's like, no, it's like somebody found a way to beat Wake Forest. But, like, I think if you throw it into LSU's case, LSU is just one of those teams where they've lost a lot of their games themselves and defensively just have not been sound. But I think this Vandy team should be pretty good if they've got the pitching staff like they did back in, 2015. They should be good.
Okay, next. We got the Stillwater Regional.
Here, you want me to take Nick's pick for you here? I already know who he's going to pick.
Who's he going to pick?
He's picking Oklahoma State because he's a chump.
Okay.
Am I right there?
He's in. We have
Nick?
You're not wrong.
I knew it. You should pick Oral Roberts, though.
That's what I was waiting for. I thought you were going to set me up for that one.
Dallas Baptist,
No.
Washington, Oral Roberts.
DBU, baby. They're coming. First time. They're beating Vandy. Actually,
I was going to say, Dallas Baptist is another one of those teams. They get to the region, they're fine. They get to the Super.
First time. First time. They changed conferences. They're coming.
I think that Oklahoma State will make it, but I think that Oral Roberts is going to be the runner-up.
Interesting pick for that. I like it, though. I would like to actually see Dallas Baptist get to Omaha. With as many years as we've been watching them play,
they're coming. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
2023. They're coming.
Well, you did. Mikey had them on his CWS team, and he even swapped out East Carolina for him. So the confidence level was there.
Yeah, it's happening.
All right.
Okay, the next one is, I think it's Terre Haute.
Yeah, the Terre Haute.
Okay. Indiana State, Iowa, North Carolina, and Wright State.
Pick them, Nick. Say the words.
Give me Wright State.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. No, I think he's actually might be on something here. That's not who I'm picking, but this one, all four teams could come. Like all four teams could come out of this one.
Give me this is, and it goes back to everything that I was saying earlier. Is Wright State is one of those teams where they're just on the cusp of it every year, like Tennessee. When Tennessee hit that walk-off nuke against them, they were just on the cusp of that, of holding the number one team in the country. They've done it multiple years. I think that they can get through. This Iowa team does look to be a little interesting with the run they put together at the end of the season. I think they're going to be a good, dangerous team, but I'm going with Wright.
Mikey?
UNC.
I also picked UNC.
God, dude, people stop
I
copying.
literally had them. I had
Just
them.
because I have a perfect bracket here doesn't mean you need to copy me.
Iowa's been okay, but I just think that North Carolina is going to be better, and they're going to come out of that region. All right. Last one. This may be a little bit interesting as well. You got the Fayetteville Regional. You got Arkansas, TCU, Arizona, and Santa Clara.
I got to go Arkansas on that because I think TCU is a good team. I just think Arkansas.
They are very good. They are under the radar good. Like they're top 5 national, but
I think
they're ranked.
No, like they're top
though.
5, but they don't get the respect that they should compared to like a LSU, a Wake Forest, a Florida. Like they are all around good.
It's and like they don't have just one stick out guy. They just have multiple dudes on them.
Well, and that's how it was like when it was back in 2019 when that ball dropped in between everybody. Like, I mean, they were just an all around good, talented team. I think they have the same case for this year. So it should be fun.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I'm taking.
Thanks, Dewey.
Nick, you two just copied me, and it's annoying.
Yep, I'm also going with them. So
yeah, you guys copied me on everything except for my Lipscomb pick, which is going to be the dark horse pick you just watched.
Dark horse pick out of Clemson and Tennessee and Charlotte.
I think this regional is going to be a good half the season. I mean, there's a lot of good baseball that gets played here, and you see a lot of just crazy stuff. I mean, the craziest thing I remember was Auburn when that pass ball got thrown behind them and the catcher literally had it underneath him and he kicked it out. I think that was Auburn, but that was like 2 or 3 years ago. But I mean, this regional baseball is a whole different ball game. I mean, if you're not set and ready to go from right out of the gate, you will get steamrolled.
You will get steamrolled. How about that?
That's what you just said.
I'm just hoping Duke doesn't have another performance like they did against Kumar Rocker. That was insane.
Well, thank God they don't have to play Vandy.
Nope, man. Thank God Kumar Rocker's not here.
You're not here. Get wrecked.
Get wrecked.
Boom. Roasted. Toasted.
Next, and then we'll see. Obviously, as we get this weekend by.
Starts Friday.
Let's see. Yep. Well, no, some of them start Thursday, don't they? No?
No, Friday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Monday if necessary.
What?
Monday if necessary.
If necessary.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Because there's that, and then what? I think, don't they start Supers on Thursday that following week?
Yeah. So. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then if necessary, Sunday.
And then they get like a week off, and then they come, right? Well, they get like 7 days, and they got to travel here. But the first practice day, I think, is like June 16th or something.
Yeah, that's
for
opening
CWS.
ceremonies. Opening ceremony is the 16th game, start on the 17th to the 19th.
Yeah, Nick Jay's working on getting immediate passes.
For the CWS?
He's not actually.
We're just going to make landings and then walk in like
I was going to say,
good luck.
I won't be there for the opening day because I have a bachelor party to go to at the Sioux Falls.
Yeah, see the priorities here, Jack.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
I hope our amazing viewers see what we have to, and listeners see what we have to deal with. See and listen what we have to deal with here.
Every day.
The disrespect. The unlove. Unbelievable.
Okay. Well, if we have nothing more to add, again,
viewers and listeners, please write to the DA or somebody to get this man fixed because his priorities are not.
Get fixed as in like get his
Sure.
birthday or like get his
Sure.
ball?
Sure. Snip, snip.
All right.
No.
Either one is fine with me.
Yep.
Then
Oh.
he's permanently out of horny jail. So
Nope.
no, he's permanently
Yeah,
in.
no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you could
Permanently in.
permanently put me in horny jail when my balls are snipped off.
Because I decide.
No, you don't decide.
I do.
Anyways, if you obviously are here, please like and subscribe to our channel. The No Place Like Homaha podcast. You can find us on all podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever you get on there. Shout out Cronio Media for helping us get on all those platforms. And using the code Cronio Media, all capitals, you can get 10 to 15% off your orders from Shank It Golf and Dubby. Again, that is the code Cronio Media, all one word, all uppercase. Again, you can find us on TikTok and Twitter at Homaha Pod. Gentlemen, anything else to add?
No. But Mike, you should be in horny jail because he wants to touch my balls.
End the episode. I'm not dealing with this bullshit.